Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to 709 Meridian Season Deuce. I'm D, and this is Andrew.
Hello.
And here we are, like I say again, Season 2, getting into this Poltergeist thing. Also, if you would like to listen to our commentaries unsynced, there will be an unsynced edition.
Yes.
Uploaded.
That's on the YouTube and in the podcast. So either place you can find the unsynced. Though Poltergeist 2, we just discovered is only 91 minutes. So it's actually
this might be
shorter.
Harmless.
Yeah, we'll see.
This may just actually be harmless. I don't remember this one being horrible, but
we'll find
coming
out.
off the original.
I did just notice too that we'll have to look for it. The voice is not Julian Beck, it's Corey Burton. He did the voice on this one too, which
really,
that's what IMDb says, uncredited. We'll have to wait until afterwards to zoom the trivia and see if maybe they filled in after Julian Beck died, because it's one of those movies. It's a multi-curse poltergeist.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like there are multiple versions of this, so we're just watching the regular one, folks. So
yeah, I don't recall any like cut where there's extra scenes.
For some reason, Shout Factory did not increase the runtime on this. So all right, you ready for the countdown?
Yes.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, play.
I got the glorious MGM logo.
The classic,
vintage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the flashy MGM UA.
Yeah, the big CG with the eye and all that.
All right, so
already we're just away from suburbia.
Yes, this is where Freddy stranded that kid in 2, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Will Sampson. And we're immediately cutting to.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We're not messing around. It is time for the other side.
Big Will Sampson.
Yep.
On the set somewhere, because that is not.
Did they explain how he gets up there? I mean, they didn't just then, but.
Oh, he climbed up there like Captain Kirk.
All right.
Bare knuckle. He carried the old man on his back.
And the singing is making the fire change colors. Oh, nope, we got spirits. So now Poltergeist 2 came out in 85. So they waited 86. That's right, 4 years.
Yeah. Just to bring this together. Follow up to smash hit Poltergeist, which I would say that. Oh yeah, the original?
No, I know, but did it get like re-releases? Was it that popular?
It was big. I don't know if there was a re-release though. But it had the, pomp and circumstance, whatever it was mentioned, especially because Spielberg and all that.
Yes. Spielberg has nothing to do with this one, folks.
Absolutely nothing. And you'll be able to tell.
Neither does Tobe Hooper, of course. And Tobe Hooper, they really mustn't have wanted to. I can't remember. He doesn't talk about the first. They don't talk about the making of the first one that much. And so I imagine that he was not considered for this one, but This one's directed by Brian Gibson, who would go on to he was a music video director, and the most notable thing he went on to was What's Love Got to Do with It with
Wow.
Angela Bassett.
Huh.
Okay, and then we have a nice matte shot there.
Very, very matte shot.
Very, very matte shot, especially for 1986. Like,
Didn't even try to make that look real.
nope.
That was some Bob Ross business going. Oh,
All right, so here we get a flashback from the original.
traveling through to the
Suburbia, yeah. Mesa Hill
old neighborhood.
with tumbleweeds, but it still has some residents. So
It just looks very
not here
depleted.
though. Yes. Everybody's selling.
You built them on top of the tombstone, both the graves. You just moved the tombstones. Oh, look at that. It's very dusty and
Yep. And he can see the flashback to the original there.
now I think in movie time, this is only supposed to be about a year or
Okay.
so.
Which is where we start running into the problems of Heather O'Rourke never aging. The
Right.
Jerry Goldsmith music already is much better than the next one. Richard Edlund
Oh, yeah.
doing the visual effects. Nice.
Not bad. Andrew Laszlo. Wasn't he also on he did Ghostbusters, right?
Can't remember who shot that one. Here's the remnants of the house. Oh,
We have early on
Zelda.
Big Zelda.
She just got back from Exorcist 2 or whatever and is excavating here. So yeah, the first one, the punchline is sort of that they built this development on a Native American burial site and didn't move the bodies. But in this one, we find out that it's
a cult.
Yeah, it's like a white cult, actually.
Yeah. Led by an evil, very evil Reverend Kane.
Who sort of appears in the next one, but not that much because
right. He becomes a boogeyman in the next one.
Too much power. Let's see.
Oh wow. Will Sampson's doing his
He's doing
Loomis
his own
thing.
stunts, yeah.
All in that water there. Very dedicated. Ah. Now, what if he ran into the Goonies down there?
Right. I mean, it's not Amblin, so probably not. Andrew Laszlo.
Yeah. He did something, I recall.
He
right?
did. He did a bunch of stuff. All right, here we go. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. He did a bunch of stuff. Okay, so he did The Warriors, he did
Warriors,
Funhouse, Southern Comfort, First Blood, Streets of Fire, Remo Williams, Inner Space, and Star Trek V.
Ah.
And here we get the Poltergeist theme, which they don't use in the next one.
No.
Also gone. Oh, look at Craig T. Nelson trying for a mullet and it not really working out for him.
And this is the returning Freeling family minus, of course, their eldest daughter from the first film.
Oh, wow. Look at his hair.
He's got
So
a Captain Ron.
Oh, she's got the
Oh yeah, she's got the gift.
Shining. Yeah. Now, is that his mom or her mom? Because that could also be then Nancy Allen's mom,
I think it's her mom.
which means that Nancy Allen could have had The Shining if somebody had been paying attention.
Oh, she was too miserable to care. Oh, see, no televisions for the Freeling family. They use electronics, but just no TVs.
And it's the 80s, so electronics go very bad.
Yeah.
Oh, what's she drawing?
I'll see that. See the use of Carol Ann's theme.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. Yeah. Wow.
See, they've established that this poor girl is just.
Yeah, it's kind of hard having. I mean,
she's got issues already. Carol Ann was going to be Dark Phoenix when she grows up. Gee, I hope nothing tragic happens to Granny. She's sure very wise.
Mm-hmm. This is another one of those movies where they're trying to duplicate the aspect of the first one, right? With the Panavision. And it's just kind of like not everybody's Toby Hooper with Steven Spielberg being a control freak behind him.
No.
You know, it's like,
yeah, it's not. It's just not. Uh-oh. See?
Yep.
This is just a year after, but they clearly all look
Quite a bit
several
older.
years
Yes.
older.
Carol Ann can form complete sentences now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that is her mother, which means that is Nancy
Mhm.
Allen's mom from the next one too, which means
And the mother has gotten rid of her gray streak
that's right.
from the first one.
Yeah.
And Craig T here has just lost it.
Uh-huh. It's like you watch Poltergeist 1, you're like, why didn't Craig T. Nelson do more stuff in the 80s? Then you watch this, you're like, that's why Craig T. Nelson didn't do more stuff in the 80s. Just waiting for that coach call. Like,
But you know what? Thinking about him now that we've lost William Hurt, who better to do Thunderbolt Ross?
that would be a good fill-in. That would be a very good fill-in. On the other hand, Disney is just going to CGI him, so it doesn't matter.
Oh God. I don't know. Maybe he's got that Disney goodwill for being, Mr. Incredible.
Did they ever do an Incredibles 2? They did, right?
They did. That's exactly it. It's
Okay.
forgettable. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. And it looks like a staple mullet. I don't think that's actually his
I don't
hair.
think that's his hair. He intentional. They were like, he needs a mullet. Our audience really expects him in a mullet. Uh-huh.
That's a stuck on the back of a baseball cap mullet. See, they're pretending that she's still 4.
Uh-huh. We've got our first TV.
Call back to the original there. No, no TVs, damn it.
And here we go.
The first look at the just sinister Reverend Kane.
That walking through a person special effect thing was probably incredibly difficult. Like, you can't really understand how just put in the Jaws music.
Yeah. Very frightening Julian Beck. Scared the living daylights out of a generation of kids.
I mean, as is appropriate, if some, creepy old white guy comes up to you and starts telling you he's going to sing you a song,
Yeah, I'm gonna sing you a little song.
Oh, my daughter who was possessed by ghosts is missing and I wasn't paying attention to her. I'm mom of the year.
Right. That kid should have a low jack on her, damn it.
How far away did Carol Ann get?
Oh, they were hustling, I guess, to get to the store. Because she wasn't that far behind him. He's dressed like the kingfish from Amos and Andy.
Uh-huh. I didn't say they were good special effects. I said I bet they were hard. Okay, look at all the all the cat stuff. That's kind of weird. There's
Mm.
so Carol Ann, yeah. So the Carol Ann Shining does not return for the next one, unfortunately.
Not really.
Outside the ghost stuff, right? Like, other than that,
Yeah. She's one of the original X-Men. She has something, but it's not exactly whatever it was in this, you know.
okay. So
Uh
yay, flashbacks. But
extensive flashback.
how much of this movie is flashback? That's like the problem with doing the two shot in Panavision is you got Joe Beth Williams trying over there, and then you had mom just like waiting for something to respond to. It's just
Yeah,
like
like, all right, here we go.
the mid 80s are infamous for framing for the Panavision cut or for the pan and scan cut.
Yeah,
So like they're
they're not
much
making
better. Yeah.
any use of like the space. Uh, Sleeping with the parents still, see.
The first movie obviously went through a rewrite. This is from the writers and writer. This is written and produced by the writers of the first one, but clearly the first one somebody else worked on it. Like
Oh, for sure.
it might be credited. I'm just not clacking away to find it right now, but
No. This is mm,
well, these guys, all they did after this was Marked for Death. Yeah, that's who they started with. Death Hunt, which was Lee Marvin and Charles Bronson, I think. And
oh wait,
now,
Victor
yeah,
Grice. Okay,
yeah,
so that's
Mark
why it looked
Victor
familiar.
and somebody Grice. Yeah, they are
Well,
the.
Mark for Death was the best Seagal from back then.
Is that the
That was the one with
one? The
the
coma?
posse, the Jamaicans
Oh, the Jamaicans. I can't remember.
with the twin.
I can't remember.
The heavy was twins, and he had the greatest line at the end where he kills the twin. He's like, "I hope they weren't triplets." Oh, here we go. This was the teaser trailer. And now
Except
we know.
grandma's dead.
Yeah.
We don't get a reaction shot of the mom finding the body.
No. No indication that grandma was sick or
Nope. Nope.
you know,
She
she's just old.
very much movie died. Gotta move shit along here. We're already 22 minutes in and we haven't had Zelda Rubinstein back.
Nope.
I mean, maybe Nancy Allen's mad because Joe Beth Williams doesn't call her right about now.
Right. Or maybe she's not taking the calls. Because remember, she's the asshole of the family. Uh, Nancy Allen. She's just like the snob.
Okay. Flashing back to Okay, when she was happy and gardening. Nancy Allen, meanwhile, is inside with Michael.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, to be fair, nobody has ever done a movie where it's a wholesome or a happy afterlife mainstream Hollywood movie. That's not a thing, you know, like
No. Well, they tried, right? With that damn a couple of times.
I mean, they've tried, but it never works
What's that
out.
awful one with Timothy Hutton? That really bad one.
That wasn't Date with an Angel, right? That was a different one.
Yeah, it was the one where he
My Step in Heaven or some shit.
something in they're in heaven, right?
Yeah.
And then they send him back to life so
Yeah.
he could
It
find
just,
what's her name.
yeah.
Oh God.
And they tried that
Oh,
shit in the 90s too, right? Oh, there
yeah,
we
and he did
go.
Robin Williams did
Robin
that
Williams did it, but so did
in horrible. Oh, and we got the zombies from Thriller making a
yep.
cameo here.
These are not great zombies.
No.
Ugh.
Those are like background zombies.
Well, in the close-ups, they were models, and in the long shots, they were people in makeup. So it's just like,
Right.
and now we've got the haunting happening here. Why is the phone in his room now? And he's still got that robot from the first one. I would have gotten rid of those toys.
Well, no, they share a room still.
Did they establish that before?
Yeah.
No, they did. Okay.
Yeah, the phone was just on the floor.
And we've got our leftover from Close Encounters clouds coming in.
There's absolutely nothing creepy about any of this.
No,
Although that's kind of a cool effect right
that's a
there.
cool effect. Like this one's got all of the scale, but nothing to do with it. What the fuck is this shot? Like,
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here's your teaser trailer right here. I do remember this. Do you remember this? Well, oh wow.
oh, here starts the chanting music. Okay.
Right. If you thought the nightmare was over. Oh, look, an ET poster.
Yep. Somebody should have told them less would have been more with the music during this sequence.
Yeah, right? The closet.
Dude, look at Craig T. Nelson holding in his tummy. Like he's flexing that shit. Look at that. I can see him flexing
it. He's 50s in shape, out of shape guy.
Is holding that tight, man. Like
He's
He's
doing a
got his
Charlton Heston
his core is tight.
rated PG-13 this summer.
What other sequels would there have been in 86?
86. This
Nothing.
was
This was it.
yeah, this was it. This was like anticipated, but
Because we were
well, 8. I remember I was in California when they dropped this. That was the first time we went to California for vacation. This was playing across the street at the big multiplex from the hotel we were at. I remember it had a big display and shit in the lobby.
86, Star Trek 4.
Oh, well, that's what was blowing this out of the water then. I don't recall anybody really running to this, even though it was anticipated, you know?
Well, because like I think we talked about it last time. Poltergeist was like the only PG horror franchise.
Right.
So Poltergeist was a PG movie, right? Like, is that a Saturday Night Fever machine? That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Saturday Night Fever pinball. All right, so now
they're
they're
on there.
The diner. Is he having a beer or dirty water? He's having a
That's
beer.
A brewski. He had a bottle and he said, "Give me a glass."
Of Budweiser. Like,
see, now note his mullet is gone.
Oh shit, it is.
Or maybe he cut it for the mother's funeral or something.
The cut mother's funeral. He also looks younger than he did at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Are there any PG franchise? No, I'm trying to think. Because like The Exorcist was an attempt at a horror franchise, and that bailed out. But like that had Linda Blair.
You didn't see 3 till
90.
90.
Yeah, and it had none of the
nobody.
What is that? Look at that backdrop. Like,
oh my God. This is a leftover Amazing Story set.
I mean, maybe, or it's Three Amigos. They were like, "Hey, do you guys have the Western
with the cactus?"
Come with me if you want to live.
Damn it!
He looks much younger than he did in the opening. Like,
yeah. The temples aren't as gray.
wow.
Oh, he's taller.
What was Will Sampson in? Was he in Outlaw Josie Wales?
That Cuckoo's Nest, right? When they in
No, hold on. Let's see. I thought Cuckoo's Nest was somebody else.
I thought it was him and
maybe. Let's see. Yep. Cuckoo's Nest. You are correct, sir.
didn't he do something Stephen King, right? I thought he
Mm,
did.
he was in Firewalker.
Oh, wow.
That would have been his last theatrical release.
Oh,
Yeah, so he did this. He did Orca. He was in White Buffalo. He was in Buffalo Bill.
mm.
No Stephen King. He was in an Amazing Stories, though. It looks like. I
I'll be
think.
damned.
No, he's in an American Playhouse. Sorry, maybe that's where the set's from.
Probably.
I like this idea that Carol Ann reads a lot. Well, I'm just, so we are, in addition to discovering this was 91 minutes, we also discovered it was cut down from 131. So who the hell
Mhm.
knows what this movie actually, like, 40 minutes is a different movie, like, completely.
Well, there was, a lot of talk of I think they were supposed to be on the other side a lot sooner than what they settled on for the final cut. And the effects just were not there, I think. So it might have been another case of like part 3 where there was a sequence that was supposed to be more elaborate than what they got or
Right.
what they ended up with.
There's a butterfly nest or something. What?
He's doing mystical Indian shit.
Why is he living in a
Okay.
tent in their yard?
Scared of the house.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so that bottom half of the face there, Chief.
You're not a man. This is friends and lovers and families of their own. Like,
Joe Beth Williams, D. Wallace Stone, and Terry Garr all played this part throughout the entire 80s. Oh, don't.
uh-huh.
Oh, finally. Jesus.
Why did we have 7 minutes? Like, we had like 5 minutes of this. Like,
Oh, something creepy's happening. Wow, in a poltergeist movie.
well, they're back in that. Like, we're not dealing with the ghost invasion. We're just going to assume that Will Sampson's going to keep him away.
Right. He's supposed to ward off. and if need be, have a showdown.
with the very obvious villain.
Yeah, because now he's just kind of taunting and menacing the family. Yeah. Do they not have neighbors here?
What he's walking up their walk. Why are they not? Yeah, finally, Craig.
Why is Craig hiding behind the kid? uh, it's evil Mr. Rogers. The dog should be like, "Arr!" Uh, my name is Ho.
Where's Will Sampson at?
Oh,
Uh huh.
Craig T is slowly turning into Dennis Quaid.
Okay, he's taller than
Uh,
but I mean like he's an evil ghost, right? So like
yeah.
he's got a whole spiel for his evil ghost.
And his whole shtick is very, I'm a demon. You need to get me in this house. Either that or a vampire.
Hmm.
Oh, here
Oh,
we go.
but this is under their house, right? Like,
Their original house, yeah.
yeah. See, Joe Beth Williams has got The Shining too.
I guess it's their side of the family.
Mm. Because there's been one scene where the little boy hung out with Will Sampson. That's Craig T. Nelson's not man enough anymore. Why did they even bother with the mom character, the grandma? Like you didn't need her, right? Like
Didn't, but it's one of those, she's in tune with what
yeah, I guess we'll
everybody else is, and
I guess we'll see if
he has to
anything.
point it out because the parents are idiots. Yeah, this was the creepiest shit. They said poor Julian Beck actually was like dying at this point, literally. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. There's no one else live in this neighborhood.
No, because we haven't even established where we are. They're in California somewhere. Look at the palm
Yeah,
trees.
they're still in California.
She's done with her flashback.
Gee, where the fuck was you, man?
He's like, I heard Reverend Kane was here. I didn't want to see him. Like,
And I was hiding in a tent in the back.
right? Like,
I didn't want to get my hat wet.
oh shit. Here we go. It's time for Craig T. Nelson's power. Oh,
He gave him a Dumbo feather. You're gonna fly with this. Oh, there he is boozing it.
I mean, he had to get rid of his mullet. He's got to compensate somehow.
Well, in the first one, they established that the parents were potheads,
Yeah. But then
which
people notice that. Like that was one of the infamous things about the first one. So it was scandalous that a family friendly Steven Spielberg movie would have smoking pot.
yeah, have them doing what normal parents probably would do just to just to calm the hell down. Shit. I'm too drunk, man. Mm. Wow, at
Yeah.
this point in the first one, like a billion things have done happened, and
Yeah, we're 47 minutes in and we still haven't like gotten the fucking plot going. Like Carol Ann's not the fucking lead anymore. Mom is not the lead anymore. It's not about
um,
grandma dying. It's not about the first ghost invasion of the house.
no,
It's now going to be Craig T. Nelson's manning up as a spirit warrior.
here's where something actually happens. Ah,
Aren't those the
yeah, the ghouls from the front lawn.
looking like extras in Prince of Darkness? Surely learned how to talk a lot in the last year. Oh no, that's
Hmm.
right.
Yeah, it's
There's a
really bad.
braces thing. Oh damn, that's right. That's a little too real.
Uh,
Not only do they seem fine about the ghosts, mom is not like that concerned about dead mom either. So clearly the
no, life
funeral got cut.
life really just went on
Mhm.
suddenly.
Oh God. Oh, well, that's slightly better. So this was 1986, which means that they'd seen Superman 3 and were like, you know what people liked? The ending with Annie Ross. Let's do that
Yeah,
again.
that shit came out of his mouth, looked like a Peter Gabriel video. No.
No. Like what?
So what? We're gonna perish Robbie.
Uh, we're gonna electrocute the whole fam.
Yeah.
So that was actually better than them being like strangled by the braces. He was sitting down there and he said, "No, I won't help you."
He said, "Hell no," cowering like Scooby Doo in the living room with. Zap. uh. I am not dead.
Obviously, the first one also does not have this level of detail to the haunting, which is
No.
literalizing the detail of your haunting is a no. Just
It kind of makes me wonder what the dynamic would have been like if the eldest daughter was around. Oh, now you want to do something, Taylor, huh?
well, I mean, he's sort of doing something. Like it's unclear how helpful he is. So far, he hasn't been that helpful.
He hasn't done a damn thing. He's a grifting ass Taylor. what if what if Reverend Kane was right?
It ends with him and Zelda Rubinstein like taking possession of the property or something and being like, "Oh, there's oil here."
what, what if they were telling the truth? These grifting ass. They make you believe your house is haunted.
I thought it's all about Carol Ann
Going
taking them
into
to
the
the
light.
light.
Yeah. Or what? They use Carol Ann as a buffer, I guess, because she's pure and all that. Yeah, get some sleep.
I mean, he tried by being
Have they
creepy
even
to Craig T.
mentioned?
Nelson.
They haven't mentioned the eldest daughter yet, have they?
No, they don't talk about her.
Uh,
There was a scene they cut it.
right, because they do explain at one point. But you're right, they cut it. She's supposed to be at school or something.
Mm. Okay, so now we get the incredibly kind of weird, even for 1986. Craig T. Nelson's going to go on a vision quest.
They're gonna show them how they defeated Pazuzu the first time.
Okay, so Joe Beth Williams just felt the shin in.
And this is obviously Zelda. Little sight gag here.
Here's some of the Outland score in this.
Wait, is that even the same front door
I don't think
to
so.
the house?
No, I don't think it is. Where's the screen? There's the screen.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a screen.
maybe it is.
Maybe. It doesn't look like it though.
No. Wait, did Taylor
That
not mention that he knows her?
would have made more sense. I don't think he did.
We were excavating your ghost graveyard. Look at the Jack Daniels. What the fuck?
They some drinking asses, man. So they giving up the weed for booze.
Uh-huh. More appropriate.
Hard drinking.
Look at her. She's just drinking Jack Daniels in the middle of the day.
She took it straight up on the rocks. Shit. Jesus, what is it? 10 o'clock in the morning?
I don't think there's any ice in that. Is there any ice in that? And Zelda Rubinstein's not having anything.
No, that whole bottle is Joe Beth Williams. She's killing that bottle.
And we've established that it's not Craig T. Nelson's because he drinks tequila. So yes, they have his and hers. Yeah,
they each have their own.
Oh God!
He puts his in the toilet bowl. She hides hers under the sink.
Did MGM ever make a franchise on their own that worked out?
Not that I know of. Nothing that had direct sequels, you know? I'm still trying to think. Anything that wasn't like back in the day.
Right.
Because they never had like well, wait. No. Because Pink Panther, that's United Artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not
Yeah,
not MGM UA.
Right. MGM can, temporarily they were the stewards of
Right.
James Bond and other shit, but no, that wasn't theirs. And
Yeah,
that
was
was
just
why was he just out of focus? What the fuck? He's out of focus. Why is he out of focus?
It's the drunk ass cameraman.
Oh, no, it's for effect shots. There we go. Oh, here's where we get the other Jerry Goldsmith music where he brings on the synthesizers. So Zelda Rune seems like a archaeologist, ghostiologist now.
Oh, she's a jack of all trades.
Okay.
uh,
Wait, that's the man.
it's him. You know, the layout of this house is confusing the shit out of me. I'm starting to wonder if they even using the same house as a set. Because the rooms don't even look like they're in the same damn house.
No. Carol Ann's highly clairvoyant. It feels like the opening stuff was shot in a different house.
Yeah.
When mom was still alive.
Right.
When grandma was still alive, yeah. I mean,
she shut him in the well of souls.
I mean, it's just another Christian cult, is what it turns out. Like, there you go.
And this actually was what they say was part of the plot for the possible Poltergeist 4.
They were going to go back
4
in
was intended
time.
to be a prequel where we went back to see the origins of Reverend Cain, and there was a particular family that was supposed to be there to die with him. They were the ones that got away because they had a Indian protector. And that one never got made.
It's weird that period piece horror westerns weren't a thing.
Right? Stop wearing brute cologne.
Oh, he's out of focus because there's smoke. I'm sorry, Andrew Laszlo, for questioning your competence.
So what? They went underground?
Yes.
For all of that?
Yes.
Why did he not take them to like the,
I mean,
the tower?
They're at the Gorn Hills, right? Like,
yep.
Kirk's fighting the Gorn back there somewhere.
I won't do it, I tell you.
You should take him home. Like,
those are the looks like it's not far from the ET location. Huh?
Maybe they should have established the helmet earlier. I mean, okay,
right.
so
he also doesn't work. So,
well, no, he was a what's it called, salesman, right?
He was I think maybe.
That was when he had the mullet. They cut that. That all got cut.
Oh.
No, he's living off the grandmother's money, like obviously, and drinking her booze. Like,
she had a hell of a stash.
It's like how Amityville Horror is all like the true story thing is all it was all a hoax perpetrated by the ghost finders. Oh, this is
pretty good special effects. Freddy.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is this is post Freddy too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this is around the time part 3 came out.
Is it gonna lick him? Does the phone lick him or no?
Hey, hey.
Weird.
We got some possible JoBeth
Weird.
Williams.
Right. Like, this is awkward. This is.
Yeah, this is, again, the whole, hey, this child is not 4 anymore.
Right. Like. Oh, God. Did JoBeth Williams have like a bad 80s? Like, no.
Hmm?
Right? I mean,
Her and I'm telling you, her and Terry Garr and D. Wallace Stone, they're the trifecta of,
eh,
you know, we were in successful things, but didn't really, it never
yeah,
paid off
we
because they
definitely,
always
yeah.
played
I
the
mean,
same part.
she,
I would say Nancy Allen too. Like they all kind of, they were around, but they weren't, you know, they didn't get to succeed where a lot of the 90s actresses did.
right.
You know, they never got to be Sigourney Weaver or
But I mean, Sigourney Weaver was in a lot of shit too.
yeah.
Well, let's
Sigourney
see.
Weaver had aliens. None of them had their aliens
That's
or
true. Yes. And that was the other thing that was this year was Aliens was 86.
yeah,
So you
aliens was
really
86.
had the modern redefinition of what a sequel could be, right? So
Yep. And we now have possessed Craig T. He's singing the song.
and we get Carol Ann's theme. Weird.
This is definitely like Creep Central. Ah,
They should have just had him peeping on the bath because that like the creepy bath and have
that would have
him.
been even
Yep.
creepier. Yeah.
I mean, Craig's working. Look at him. Look at him with
Yeah,
his
he's really,
Julian Beck mannerisms.
yeah, this is really like
Mm-hmm.
isn't this every night with them though? Or at least
Sometimes he's too drunk. Yeah.
before they gave up the weed.
Well, because you're drinking.
We both are. Ah,
Here we go.
so Reverend Kane's the Joker too.
Yep. I mean, whatever you need. Did they do this because he had died, or was this always?
This no, I
This
don't think
must have
they
been a
did.
whole thing because yeah, this is pretty elaborate.
Uh,
We could have established that she has the doll look when she's scared other times too. Should somebody use
yeah.
The Shining on him?
Well,
He's one
they
of
even made
those.
him.
There we go. Some nice low angle. Where's Taylor?
Right. We could use him right about now. Useless fucking our family
Clearly,
protector.
Craig T. Nelson's time in the sweat lodge did not prepare him for this.
No, because he should have been able to like fight this off a little. Uh-oh. They gave him corpse makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Yeah.
It's the tequila, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worm.
Oh, is this the vomit monster?
Yeah.
How the hell have we been watching this movie for 80 minutes and it's just like
I know, dude.
there's no
It's just
fucking
like-
movie here. There's just no movie. The third one, it all takes place in a night, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
So like they at least have that going for it, but this is just like
Yeah, this is just I can't imagine having seen this in the theaters back then because you know how checked out people must have been by this point for them to have to do this.
Dante could
Oh God.
we could have Joe Dante do this.
That wouldn't have been bad.
Oh, we're doing a full vomit creature. It looks like a villain from Ewoks 2.
Yeah. Yeah, see? It's me.
I've got a body. Yeah. What about Carol Ann? Okay.
Yeah.
They're like, Robbie,
Oh crap. We're getting in this like this is almost the climax of the movie.
it's only got 19 minutes left. Like,
Damn.
she didn't tell anybody that Zelda Rubinstein came over. She didn't tell them about the fucking her flashback, right? Like, instead, the kids are fucking missing again for at least the second time, maybe the third time in the movie. It's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
There's just nothing suspenseful about this.
no, it's just a fucking
No-
mess.
Yeah.
Like,
This is really slapped together.
and it's just like, what is the other one just longer and worse, or or is it somehow like who knows? But also, it's very weird that nobody's ever talked about recovering it in any way.
Yeah.
Craig T. Nelson and the Multiverse of Madness here. Sam Raimi, 1986. No, he hadn't made Evil Dead 2 yet.
He was doing one of them, right?
He was doing 2 though. Like, so now is when he uses his secret magic that
whatever the
Will
hell
Sampson
that was.
blew up his nose. Now
Just
he's
to-
using it to fight back.
And
which
that's
is-
all it took.
Yep. It's very
Just to get rid of
convenient.
whatever the hell monster that was. The chandelier is still intact, folks.
What's his face? The guy who did Night of the Living or Return of the Living Dead, even, right? Like, they had people. Dan
Savini?
O'Bannon. No, Dan O'Bannon directed
O'Bannon,
it, didn't
yeah.
he? Yeah. They
Yeah.
had people who fucking made perfectly good 80s horror movies, right? Like,
Oh yeah. I think
it's
they turned away from it because, like you say, it's PG, you know, and they would
yeah,
have had to.
it's PG, but it's fucking gross, right? Like, that is the
Yeah, they
other
could
thing,
have
though.
found some angle to that.
But I mean, well, I guess the first Poltergeist, people forgot about the first Poltergeist in a way too, right? Like, it never had the rediscovery that Halloween did. Nobody was
No,
ever, Toby Hooper is not revered the way, uh-huh.
yeah,
Wasn't that in Raiders of the Lost Ark?
that's what it looked like.
It looked like a combination of thriller cutscenes and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, they weren't about to do the same shit twice. Come on. What?
Not when you can do this. Oh, nope, there it's the
See, how is all of that in the same house?
grandma had money. Everybody wants that land.
I guess so, because
He couldn't get the garage door open there. I bet they cut like a 10-minute scene with him trying to open the door.
trying every key individually. No, damn it.
Here we go. Nope.
Oh, that's right. There was a point where this was supposed to be 3D too.
Oh my
And
god.
some of the
Oh,
effects were redone.
here's the chant theme again. Mm,
There's just nothing at all like scary about
no. The
uh,
dog.
the dog.
Dude, let that dog go. Let's just
Right. Stupid dog. Just let him go.
it's okay though. It shocked him, but not enough. The shitty car.
Here we go.
Ah, there you go.
Chainsaw. What the?
It's the 80s, man.
This was a nod to Toby Hooper, probably.
Oh, sure.
So yeah, this was all supposedly in 3D at one point.
That would make more sense. Yep.
The dog is not even barking. Like,
No. The dog is wondering why the humans are all acting so silly.
yeah, what the hell is going on with you guys? Ah! The hell were the chains attached to?
The
Oh well.
grandma's winch system or whatever. Yeah, there's nobody else in this neighborhood.
Nobody else lives in this neighborhood, but there's a bunch of houses.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's another reason why this movie kind of sucks. Like, there's no other outside people.
Yeah.
Remember the first one? You had the scientists, and you had
You had the boss,
Zelda
you had the
and
friends. Yeah.
Lost. Yeah, the neighbors, and yeah, this feels like such a budget sequel.
They spent all the money on the special effects.
Oh yeah, Taylor's an alcoholic too. Shit. Taylor wakes up in a lot of strange cars.
Is he back? Are they done? Are Zelda and Taylor out of this?
No, because
Wait.
I think they,
Okay, they've got to go back to the house now. We somehow
yeah, to go settle up
we talked over.
for some weird reason. They have to go back.
It's got the same driveway layout as the current house. That's interesting.
Right.
Left the dog in the car. Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
All right. So there's 11 minutes left. Are we going to go to the other side in the last 11 minutes? Is that the
Briefly, very briefly, even though their plan was to go, it was supposed to be a whole sequence.
Zelda Rubinstein's got her 80s vest on?
It's one of those
It's got a lot of
Starfleet
pockets.
exclusives.
Yep, it's got a lot of pockets. She can put a lot of stuff in there. Is that a cane sign on the or thorn sign on the wall there? No, it's
Shane being an agent of Thorn would have been.
No, it's wall paintings from the white settlers who Kane starved to death.
Yeah.
Like they got bored and drew.
Yeah, let's have our kids walk around these corpses. And
what happened to Joe Beth Williams yelling at Taylor that she needed her kids to have normal lives?
right? And there we go.
Did they just go to the Phantom Zone?
He just got
Supergirl
to the Phantom Zone, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You will live before me, Jor-El.
Not Richard Edlund's best work there.
That's it.
And we never go back to the tower?
Oh,
from the beginning?
Absolutely not.
Because Freddie was using, no, that was 84. He used it in 84 for that shot. Or no, 85. How long has he been down there?
Taylor has got to be one of the most useless fucking dudes, man.
Okay, we also have no return to the warrior paint that they were learning how to do.
No, of course not.
I can't imagine why the boy never didn't want to go on acting after this shit.
I probably would have thrown in a towel too. I mean,
yeah, that's.
What else did he have to look forward to with Poltergeist 3?
Oh, wow. The chanting. Oh, shit. It's where Van Helsing fights Frankenstein's, or not Frankenstein. It's where Van Helsing fights Dracula.
They're in the opening credits of Supergirl. They're in the Mutara Nebula.
They should have just had a really inappropriate, like, make out right there. Okay, and that's apparently Kane in physical form. What the hell is this? Grab the phallic symbol, Craig T. Nelson. Grab it.
Oh my God. She's gonna fall into Candor.
So at some point between this movie and the next movie, Kane decides he's going to lead those people to the light. And it never fucking occurred to Zelda Rubinstein to do it herself.
No.
Those are some very Clash of the Titans special effects there.
Yeah, but Clash of the Titans was good. This is...
Minus your Harryhausen. Uh-huh. He's lost them. And then it turns into the TriStar logo. This is like the cheapest fucking, like...
This is so bad. Ugh.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's Grandma. Somehow Grandma went to the other side, and well, how come Grandma can't be like a, defender to keep the...
Well, no, that makes no sense, because then they got to the other side, which means that they didn't need her for the third one. Well, that's even more problems with 3.
Yeah. And they're back.
It's all like over. That. And you know what? We got time for our end credits.
Look at that. They were gone, and then they came right back.
That was exciting.
What if Ghostbusters ended like that?
It's not often you see a movie where you're like, Roger Corman really would have improved that, but
that really was so like, that smelled rushed, You call it Poltergeist 2, the other side, and you're only on the other side for like 2 minutes. The plot about Taylor in the car was more important than
and he wants that
other
shitty
side
station wagon. That's the whole gimmick, is he wants the shitty station wagon.
That's the whole gist of the movie here.
The cutscene is that it used to be a like drug runner's car, and you pull out the thing in the side, it's a bunch of coke. It's a bunch of pure
kilos, yeah.
It's just pure fucking,
Why did the dog run the other way?
It's ready for the movie to be over too. We need a ride home because nobody lives here except 3 blocks down. And also Zelda Rubinstein's not with them.
And it still looks like that a year later.
Well, because everybody moved out, even though the things were localized. So cool. That was Poltergeist 2, the other side.
The other side.
Here, let's real quick.
Hey, look, George P. Wilbur was a stunt man.
Oh, wow. There you go, Michael Myers. Oh, and we got the paranormal research. Okay.
Psychic advisor. Advisor on Paranormal Phenomena.
H.R. Geiger, he did a bad
Wow.
job on this one. Yeah.
Oh, so that was
Yeah.
Puke Monster.
Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Going through IMDb trivia quickly. Heather O'Rourke burst into tears seeing Julian Beck for the first time.
Yikes.
Beck died with of stomach cancer after filming, and so Corey
So he did
Burton
film it.
dubbed him. Yeah, his gaunt appearance was due to the stomach cancer.
Stunt coordinator, George P. Wilbur.
Film had an original running time of 131, cut down to 91. MGM rushed production and ordered cuts. Zelda Rubinstein was furious about it, saying her best scenes had been cut.
I believe that.
H.R. Geiger was very upset with how they realized his stuff. Let's see. Several scenes that appeared in press stills and promotional materials were cut, including Kane trying to get into the house a second time and confronting Zelda, which we saw, a flying toaster scene.
Oh.
For some reason, the international Laserdisc had an extra scene for the cut. Supposedly real cadavers were used somewhere. At one point, it was to be filmed in 3D, but due to the flops of Friday the 13th, Jaws, and Amityville. Several scenes cut would have explained and clarified things. Taylor was a reincarnation of the Native American who was a member of Kane's cult but broke away. The ones in the first film were were trapped and unable to get to the light due to Kane's powers. Heather O'Rourke disowned the film shortly after its release, saying it was boring and not scary. She would have been 10 at the time, so
Wow.
She knew what was up.
She knew what the hell was up. Yeah.
The garage originally was going to have the doll come back. Wow, Gene Siskel was a creep about this because he was mad that Jo Beth Williams was nude in this.
Really?
Yep. F. Murray Abraham turned down a role, probably a good idea. The chainsaw is a possible an unconfirmed nod to Tobe Hooper. Okay, so during post-production, at least 15 minutes were cut from the film, and the rest were rearranged. Floating toaster was cut. Tangina and Zelda and Kane at the house that we saw at the beginning of. A longer version at the end with the Beast, and longer versions featuring of existing scenes with more dialogue, which would just be great. And then a line mentioning Dana was at college. So basically nobody knows what was in the 41 minutes or whatever, apparently. So yeah, that was Poltergeist 2. Technically better than Poltergeist 3 and shorter, but in some ways it lacks the daring,
no suspense again.
Yeah,
nothing.
Daring do of what's his face? Poltergeist 3 dad. Tom Skerritt.
Oh, Tom Skerritt, yeah.
Tom Skerritt and Nancy Allen brought some kind of personality to 3 that is lacking in 2. Let's see real quick if Wikipedia says anything about the cutscene. Oh, there's a novelization. Seems like all the details about what was cut are directly from the novelization. So who the fuck knows what was, if there was actually a longer version, because none of that makes it on the Wikipedia, which means there mustn't have been much in the way of citations. And filming took place in 1985. So it came out, it had a very short post-production for something that took this freak that had that many special effects.
It shows.
So there you go. That is the end of. Oh, did we miss a credit that said characters by Steven Spielberg?
I know there was
I don't remember seeing that.
Nope.
Nope. Because that would have to be in 3, and that certainly wasn't there. All right. Okay, yeah. So Poltergeist 1's great though. So we'll at least get to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Better.
Yeah. Like
yeah, the sequels, what can you say? They suck. I want to say Poltergeist 2 was anticipated, but
it made 75 million.
I just think that it was one of those word of mouth situations where people said, pass it, skip it.
Yeah, don't go see Poltergeist.
Sucked.
Paul Atanasio wrote, there are movies that make you want to mince words. Then there's Poltergeist 2, the other side. A movie so ineffably bad you can't even find the words to mince. And he hadn't even seen 3 yet. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. James Caan wrote the novelization. Guy who did Jedi and Temple of Doom. Okay. He was also a producer on Melrose Place from 96 to 98, which I had no idea about. So that's interesting. But yeah, once again, it's another one of these movies where the most interesting thing is unrelated trivia. But
everything that's not in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So shouldn't have watched that either if you watch the sync version. So let that be a lesson to you. The unsynced versions are there for. Yeah. So we'll be back next time with Poltergeist 1, directed by Tobe Hooper, produced by Steven Spielberg, co-written by Steven Spielberg, or at least he has a credit. And then the two buffoons that wrote this one did something to it. And yeah,
who just coveted the bag and decided to make a knockoff.
Yeah, understanding how that sequel deal worked, right? Where MGM was like, yeah, well, I mean, Spielberg would have been exclusive to Universal by that time. And so, but still, like, whatever. It's MGM. Like,
yeah. MGM was always a mess.
Yeah. Like, until, I mean, shit. Is Amazon bought? Amazon bought MGM, so presumably they will.
Oh, so that's why RoboCop and shit is always on.
They'll have a new logo for that. But yeah, MGM was always the studio that you wanted to do stuff because they were one of the original studios, but they did not age into the 80s well.
No, absolutely not. They didn't really. I think Poltergeist might have been their one bona fide hit, right? Throughout the 80s.
Well, because they can always include the James Bond ones, so they never had to take much responsibility for that. But Rocky. They had Rocky, right? Yeah. Okay, so they did have Rocky, but that was not their franchise. It also didn't start in the 80s. But
United Artists, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Rocky was UA or was MGM? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was MGM UA.
So yeah, but their biggest hit of the 80s outside of a James Bond or Rocky movie was Rain Man, which will tell you something about MGM and their franchise abilities. Yeah. All right. So Poltergeist 1. We'll be back with that.
And it'll be nice.
It'll be so nice. There won't be periods of, if you listen to the synchronized, there won't be dead silence of
there won't
bewildered dead silence.
Bewildered dead silence and the whole sense of what the hell?
I mean, they had Clash of the Titans. They could have made a sequel to that.
They could have. They should have. No, but it was Poltergeist, Everybody was clamoring for some sort of follow-up.
It would be interesting to think about or to look at how the success of Nightmare on Elm Street would have affected that. Because Nightmare on Elm Street was a hit in 84. It was a hit in 85 enough, right? Or when it was 2, the Rush sequel. And then
2 was
this
85.
was right before Dream Warriors. So it's like, were they getting into this because this was their closest thing to Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, everybody was putting their hat into it.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why, later on in 88, they brought back Michael Myers, because, everybody was trying to get that piece of that pie, that horror franchise.
It's fine. Next one's good, though. We promise.
Oh, yeah. 82 classic.
That'll be fun. All right. But this one.
Yeah, this one, it's what most would consider a noise in the background type movie.
At best. Yeah. I think, and with some of these 80s sequels, it would almost be more interesting to watch the pan and scan version at this point, like as a historical relic, than it is to actually try to watch the movie. But I guess that's it from the other side. So
yeah, all what 2 minutes and 32 seconds of it where they actually went to the other side.
I mean, if you can't do better special effects than Supergirl, maybe you shouldn't try. Like, let's just be real. If Monster Squad is gonna, well, that was Richard Edlund too. So it's like, if Monster Squad's gonna knock your pants off compared to Poltergeist,
Poltergeist,
I got nothing else. I got nothing else in me.
No,
I got no more words to mince.
No, I'm feeling exactly the way I did after 3. Done and done. Sleep tight, Carol Ann.
Yeah, at least we didn't hear Carol Ann 72 times.
Bajillion times.
But she wasn't that important in the damn movie. But regardless, at least it's over. The other side. All right.
Season finale.
Coming up. Nothing else to say.
That's it.
Carol Ann will return.
Yeah, Carol Ann will return in the original Poltergeist 1982 classic.
Night, everybody.
Night, y'all.